Hi guys. Okay, so I'm a little bit rock and roll, a little bit country. I'm hanging out at my friend's house now. Lots of things have happened since the last time I did a show. Some of you may remember me from a show called Waking Up with Charles and Tony. And last I checked, we had over 51,000 views on just one of our videos. And we had probably collectively over a couple 100,000 views. Long story short, it's Waking Up with Tony now. My ex friend and partner has decided that he is not a truth teller, and we've just been through a whole lot of stuff. So I'm going to talk about today on my show back on my own new channel what it is to be a targeted individual. And this is something we talked about on some of our past shows, and I've only just learned what it truly feels like when you are targeted and what it is to be persecuted. So persecution can come in many forms. Sometimes people don't realize they are a part of persecution, and sometimes that they do, you know. But as a landslide goes, I spent 21 days in the loony bin. I call it the loony bin because, you know, it didn't do anything psychiatrically. It's called observation. And so you go into an observation unit, and you and all the people like you are treated like prisoners and like you're five. It's kind of a place where you either do go nuts a little bit, or you just realize, you know, the mental health industry in this world really, really still needs some help. And it does, because for our mentally ill or our challenged psychologically in life people, spiritual people, it's just not good enough. It's just not. It was pretty awful. Although the snacks were good, and we had a lot of snack time. I gained 8 pounds there, which I probably didn't need to gain because now my clothes won't fit me great, but that's okay. I do look a little saggy. I'm dehydrated. I've been having migraine headaches, been a lot of stress. So understand that our physical body will deal with all of the things going on spiritually, and sometimes just looking at yourself is a good indicator that you need to check yourself. You know, things around you might just not be so good. So at the time that I broke up with the ex, you might remember that he had 4 master's degrees and a doctorate from Harvard and NYU. One of them was in psychology, and I did let him hypnotize me. Bang! Never do that. Don't do it. Or do it, but make sure you videotape it so you know what happens, because I'm not quite sure I didn't. I also didn't know the history that he had, wherein he was arrested in another state for attempting to solicit a minor. So, long story short, we live and we learn. I just want to say, guys, I'm still looking into the black nobility, the oligarchy, all the cryptography, etymology, all these things that we were talking about in terms of Cain, Abel, and his children, pulling apart different canonized texts, the Emerald Tablets, Eretica, I always say it wrong, Sumerian times, talking about really using that cryptography and, you know, etymology and looking at things, looking up our root words, just different things we were all talking about. The Rh blood factor is one of my top priorities, being B negative myself, or AB negative. It's important to know what you are, because these are molecules, and just like us, and just like them, and just like the world, we are positive and negative ions moving around on a big molecule we call Earth. And this is something that people don't realize. And when we start shifting those jewels of God, those molecules, the negative, positive ions around, and we are not doing it in a careful way, things start to get wobbly for our mother. Mother Earth, Father Earth, whatever you want to decide. It doesn't matter. I don't think that gods and goddesses speak in genetics, in gender, all the time. So I just wanted to say hi, remind you all that I'm here. I want to shout out to my favorites, of course, Chris at Destroying the Illusion, Rex Bear, I love you. I love Elle at Leak Project. I absolutely love Augs Tellez and Karen McDonald and Money GPS and Mr. Cotty and the Mud Fossils. And I learned so many things from all of you people. BP Earthwatch, I love you. All you people out there that are YouTubers and truth tellers and conspirators, and all of you Reddits and, you know, workers of redactions, and God, you guys changed my life. It's been a long 5 years. So being a targeted individual is when your whole life decides it's going to take a big landslide, and no matter what you do, it's just going to happen. You start to feel paranoid because you just see it coming, because, when you get into the energies of the earth, and as you would say, it starts to get into you. So Woodward TV just put out a new video that talks a lot about energy vampiring, and when you're on that truth seeker, like Vesuvius, you with your etymology, and the RH negative page that I love, Mr. Anhan, or the Akahan, or I can never get the names right. I just want y'all to know that my energy is not going to fail me. I love, and I will continue to do that, and continue to give and take my part in this game that we play, which is not a game, right? Quartz crystal, crystal quartz. So in terms of increasing your ability to make your own destiny, or write your own script, or whatever you want to say about it, stay positive. Don't get caught up in the frustration, which is not something easy to do. I did get caught up in it too, and I pulled myself back out, and I moved, and now I'm staying with my best friends, and life is picking itself back up, and I'm making new jewels out of the old ones that broke, and I'm talking to you guys. Targeted individual starts when your bank account keeps going in overdraft, and you start to, wonder, do you smell gas in the house? And, you get those tickets you didn't think you were going to get. And it starts with so many different things, the brakes failing on your car, or your family saying you're crazy, and, Goddess. I call him Fred. So I call God Fred, and they think I'm a loony bin. They're like, do you hear things? Do you see things? I'm like, no, it's more like an impression, Sylvia Brown used to get paid for it, and I don't, but you stick me in the loony bin. I told you were from Tallahassee and Tonawanda before I even knew your first name. I'm not nuts. I am what I am, and that's all I am, and I don't need no stinking badges. Hey. And on that note, I'm going to end it. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I'm a good kind of crazy. I'm a heavy metal kind of girl. I like to watch some cool things on TV, but mostly no, not anymore. Mostly I just admire his acting, and all the actors up there in the government, boy, they're real good too, aren't they? Not lately. Couldn't you guys get some better actors out there? Because your mannequins really are starting to kind of irritate me. And how come all the newscasters and all them weathercasters are brand new and they're all overweight? Did you really have to take out the whole crowd? Talk to you soon. Bye.